What's good, everybody? MidMorningSol here. Back at the damn thing again with the continuation of our new main squeeze, Orlok. Even though I don't think much squeezing is going to be done, but I would be pleasantly surprised if I were proved wrong. So, folks, last we left, Orlok is pretty much a Gary stew, and he snatched up Lily. He punched Sister Sophia, or kicked, or whatever the hell he did. He dropped Sister Sophia, and he's staying with the Lao Shu. So we get a little bit of insight with Yang and his gang. And what else, y'all? The Falzones, Dante and Nicola, they are trying to underwent a siege so that they could just snatch us up, because they want Lily in their possession, not the Lao Shus. But the Lao Shu has the Bishop's cooperation, Bishop Roseberg's cooperation. So just started chapter 3. This is the first line after the splash screen for the chapter 3, and this is in German, so I have no idea what those chapter titles are translating to, but we can find out later. But y'all, with that being said, let's get back into it, shall we? Several weeks had passed since I first began living with the Lao Shu. I thought it would be best not to go to the church, but now I had a reason that forced me to go back. Uh-oh. The Lao Shu are stationed at the church to protect the area. Even if I didn't go, they would still be there and likely causing trouble. If so, my head throbbed and I knew I needed to do something about it. I have to go. Wait, don't go without Orlok. And is this where they go? Yep. Excuse me. They say it was such. Ugh. Don't call me that.
Oh, worry. De, nanda, Seijo-sama.
Yeah. I suppose he won't stop, will he? I took a deep breath and jumped right to it. People come here to say their prayers to God.
じゃ、その神様ってのに、俺の話を聞かせてやるよ。
Yeah.
きっと、こいつみたいに笑い転げるぜ。
Sorry, I'm touching the mic, y'all. Making sure it's not. I don't know. Sorry for touching the mic. You don't have to say anything. You can talk to him from inside your heart. Also, you can't bring food and drinks in here. Y'all dead ass. Oh my god. I pointed to the open bottle of liquor on the ground. I appreciate your coming to guard the place, but you need to follow the rules. It's scary reprimanding the Lao Shu, but girl, put your foot down. This is bullshit. These are blasphemers in God's house. It was my fault they were stationed here. I was responsible for their actions. Oh, okay. Orlok just bloop, he appeared. Orlok stepped forward and backed up what I said. And it's not like they would listen to a woman now, would they? The two Lao Shu soldiers looked at each other.
やれやれ。そういうことなら仕方ねえな。オルロックに睨まれると怖いしよ。ああ、聖女様の言うことは聞けってヤンも言ってたしな。けどよ、それなら俺たちはどこで酒を飲めばいいんだ。
Outside of the fucking ground.
教会の前か。裏庭でもいいけどな。
Sure, fam. Oh, absolutely not. You would both be in plain sight. Parishioners. Oh yeah, that's true. Step to the side of the building then. Parishioners visiting would run away if they saw those two drinking outside. In fact, it had happened a number of times already.
けど、俺たちは護衛だからな。教会の外に出ちまったら意味がねえ。なら、やっぱり敷地の中で飲ませてもらうしかねえよな。
Got some damn alcoholics up in here. I guess the option of not drinking at all isn't in them. As I thought about how to handle the men, I suddenly heard a voice.
でしたら、生活棟にある食堂でどうぞ。
Hey, Sister Sophia with the 5-head suggestion. Sister Sophia.
そいつはありがたいな。さすがシスター。心が広いぜ。
I whispered into Sister Sophia's ear. Are you sure, Sister Sophia?
仕方ありません。礼拝に来る人々を怖がらせるわけにはいきませんから。
Sister Sophia's calm and rational voice made me feel even worse about what I'd done.
なあ、聖女様。食堂ってどこにあるんだ?
Refectory. I just need to look up the word. Follow me. I'll take you there. Oh yeah. It is a room used for communal meals in an educational or religious institution. I never heard of that term before, but it's quite fitting. I led the Lao Shu out of the church and walked toward the refectory. It'll be in that building. I pointed to show them the way. Suddenly, I noticed someone nearby. Eleanor was in the garden with the children. They were sitting on the lawn and Eleanor was reading a book to them.
Oh, なかなかいい女じゃねえか、あんた。
Is this the same one that stabbed her? I'm wondering. The Lao Shu called out to Eleanor and began walking toward her. Bro, she's near kids. Please be decent.
私ですか?
Well, I'm not the protag though. Why are you hitting on me?
そう、あんた。こんなガキの相手より、俺たちの相手をしてくれよ。そいつは名案だ。酒は女と飲むに限るからな。
I was like, oh my god, please help me. Just kidding. The two Lao Shu encircled Eleanor. Oh god, please don't do that. Eleanor, who was confused by what was happening. Oh god. I have a feeling they will not listen to me. Get him, baby. Orlok? Orlok came toward me the moment I called out his name. I suppose he understood exactly what I wanted to ask of him. Orlok quickly went to the Lao Shu and shoved them away from Elena.
何すんだよオルロック
Hell! What's wrong with you?
女性に対して失礼すぎる。よくない。
Orlok glanced at me momentarily before continuing.
それに、そもそも人を脅かすなと彼女もよく忠告してる。だからこれ以上は見過ごさない。
Thank you.
わかったよ。もうしねえよ。
I have a feeling like it would have got blown out of proportion if it was just me for some odd reason.
いや、こいつが悪かったな。で、食堂はどっちだって？
The men left and moved on ahead while scoping the area. Wait! You're heading toward the graveyard. Oh, is Dante there? I quickly ran over to catch up to them. Orlok followed close beside me, excuse me. Thank you, Orlok. I'm glad you intervened. I doubt they would have listened to me. Child, what'd I tell y'all?
多分あなたが言った方が聞くと思う。
No, baby. They would listen to you.
あなたにはさすがに彼らも敬意を払ってる。
No, they're being facetious. Really? I tilted my head in bewilderment at his statement. I doubted that was true. The men were led to the refectory. Never mind. Memory cap. Let's see what's tea. Oh gosh, it's so bittersweet to not be in the Falzone manor. I mean, we'll return back for Dante, but it just feels so weird not seeing Dante in them. I was taking care of the paperwork when Nicola suddenly appeared.
ソフィアから連絡があったよ。今日また同じ時間に屋敷へ来るって。わかった。彼女も大変だよね。教会の状況は日を追うごとに悪化しているようだし。それでダンテの調子はどう？何か僕に手伝えることはある？
なあ、だったらそこの帳簿。
What book? I pointed to the bookshelf, but immediately put my hand down.
お前は怪我人だったな。自分で取る。
心配性だね、君は。それくらい平気だよ。もうほとんど治ったようなものだから。
Oh, but I do like this dynamic. I still like they're like Italian mafioso Batman and Robin. Nicola smiled and reached out for the book. He dropped some books while grabbing the one I needed. He was definitely not in the best condition. Did he grab it with his injured hand? The dunce. As I watched the books fall to the ground, my memory began to jog. Darkness and the sound of rain. Is that him? The office floor painted in red. The books on the desk have fallen to the ground. A person wearing black.
ダンテ、聞いている？大丈夫？なんだか顔色が悪いよ。少し休んだ方がいいね。ソフィアと会うのは別の日にしてもらうよ。
いや、問題ない。
君がそう言うならそれでいいけど。何かあれば呼んでね。
Nicola was looking at me strangely as he handed me the book I asked for. He then quietly left the office. It was raining that night.
Kapo, 何かありましたか?
That's how you talk to your dad? Like peeked out of the open door to the office. Something was direly wrong. I burst into the office without father's approval. Oh my god! What? Orlok, baby! No! No, what did you do? Oh my god! Well, I know what he did, but no, I can't believe you did this! No! Oh my god. Amidst the thunderstorm, darkness filled the room. The books that were piled on the desk were scattered across the floor. A dull, blood-red eye and a hazel eye. A hand holding a dagger. Blood dripped from the blade as the person slowly pulled it out of father's body. I quickly drew my gun. The young man jumped out of the window. The roaring rain and darkness of the night cloaked his escape. Are we gonna see how his father looks? I ran to my father, wet in a pool of blood. He was still alive, barely. Damn. Father's bloody hand grabbed mine as firmly as I continued to yell for help. His powerful grip and strong eyes were defiant of someone on the verge of death. Father's last words. I couldn't believe I'd forgotten all that happened. A dormant regret and hatred awoke in my heart. Oh no, he's gonna go after Orlok. That man is the Falzone's enemy. Great. Just great. It happened to be Orlok that killed his father. The men who were led to the refectory were having a party of sorts. Okay, well, anywhere there's liquor, they're the type. Anywhere there's liquor, it's a party. I wasn't sure what they were laughing about, but it sounded like they were having fun. Whew! No, I'm not alright. Yes, well actually, no. Hearing Orlok's concern, I let out a deep sigh. Maybe it was because of the situation, but I couldn't help but complain. To be honest, I'm a bit tired. I wasn't happy at the idea of the Laoshu guarding the church, so I was thinking of cutting back on how often I came here. Woo! Excuse me. But then Yang's repentance led to them guarding the church regardless. Orlok shook his head quietly. It seemed he was bleh. Orlok shook his head quietly. It seemed he knew what I was trying to say. I suppose. Hearing Orlok having the same thought as me made me sigh again. Things are a bit more controlled here because you're around to stop things from escalating. There's no telling what they would do if we weren't around. It wasn't difficult to imagine what they may do, especially after seeing their attitude. I'm sorry to be so reliant on you. He shook his head at my words.
神の家を守りたい気持ちは俺もあなたもきっと同じだと思う。だから気にすることない。俺は あなたの望みを叶えたい。
Thank you. Thank you. I felt a bit better knowing how reliable he was. Damn, Orlok, he's stone cold, baby. Ugh, hurts me, hurts my soul. Great. The Lao Shu men kept drinking from morning to night at the refectory. Bro, these freaking lushes are useless as fuck. What the fuck? Get your drunk asses back at post, you idiots. Well, I suppose that isn't unusual here in Berlone. A lot of people find random excuses to drink and be merry here. Not that it's such a bad thing, but the problem was they were at the church, or they were at church, because they're heathens. And I thought they came here to guard the area. They weren't acting as much of guards now. In fact, it looked like they were just having fun.
ああ、あんたらは拠点に帰るのか。俺たちは夜も警護に残ってやるよ。
Please try to keep it down. Everyone goes to sleep early here.
へいへい、聖女様がそう言うならそうするぜ。あ、覚えてたらな。
I'd be rolling my eyes so fucking hard. This isn't going to end well. I let out a deep sigh.
おやリリー、久しぶりだね。聞いたよ。あんた聖女様だったんだって。
You see what you did, Lee? You fucking idiot. Huh?
昔から本当に優しいいい子だったからね。私もあんたは特別な存在だと思ってたよ。さあさあ、手に触らせておくれ。
I have a feeling I cut her off in that paragraph of a sentence. Oops. Oh, I'm not a holy person.
生きているうちに聖女様に会えるなんてね。長生きはするもんだよ。ラオ州は怖い組織だと思ってたけど、聖女様を守っているなんて実はいい組織だったのかね。
Lady, what the fuck kind of logic? The ladies looked at each other when suddenly...
そうそう。俺たちラオ州はそのついでに教会も守ってやってるんだ。感謝しろよ。つうかばあさん、そんな気軽に声かけていいと
Oh
思っ
my
てんの？
god. Yeah, shut the hell up. Wait. I tried to stop them, but they continued speaking in their usual way.
この方はロズベルグ教のありがたい信託で示された存在なんだぜ。信託の聖女様だ。
Oh my god. Yeah, big fucking mouth. The ladies turned pale being confronted by the two Lao Shu soldiers.
な、リリー。
Wait, what are they doing? One of them wrapped their arm around my shoulder when Orlok punched him in the face. Alright, close enough. Suddenly, Orlok's dagger touched his bare neck.
そうだよな。聖女様だもんな。すまねえ、調子に乗っちまった。
He said, "You better step back, son." The man slowly took his arm off me. Orlok continued to glare intensely at him, then slowly pulled back. He quickly put his dagger away. Although he appeared to be calm again, I could tell he was still quite irate. The ladies, trembling in fear, quickly turned. Never mind. Ooh, 2. Let's go.
Lao Shu が護衛と称して教会に入り浸っている件はすでにご報告していましたが、
Sister Sophia's expression was dark as she spoke.
教会の状況は率直に申し上げて
Oh, I
悪
bet.
くなっています。私にはラオシュンの者に神を信じる心があるとは思えません。このままではラオシュンに置かれたあの子の身も危ういように思います。
本来アルカ地区は中立不可侵の領域だ。そもそもアルカが不可侵となった理由は教会があるからだというのに、その教会を犯すのはブルローネマフィアとしても許せない行いだ。だが彼女の安全を第一に考えるのなら強硬手段に出ることは避けたい。
Noticing my hesitance, Nicola spoke up.
動くしかないよ、ダンテ。
傷はいいのか？
うん、もう大丈夫。いつでも出られる。
Can you?
わかった。背後にロズベルグがいるとラオシュが公言
Why
してい
would
る
they
以上。
do this? Why would they do that? That's so stupid.
市民感情を考えてもファルツォーネは早急に手を打つ必要がある。
教会の教えを信じる人々の多くはロズベルグ教に対して畏敬の念を持っています。ですから教会に来る信者たちも不安を持ち始めているようでした。ラオ州を信じるべきなのかと。
We needed to act immediately. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. But whatever action we took, we would need to do something about that person. Orlok? With Sister Sophia gone, I began taking apart my gun as usual. I checked and cleaned it more thoroughly today. I was doing all I could to suppress the rising anger and darkness inside of me. Now was not the time. But wait, there's more. Ooh. This not
ギルバート、教会の現状に関する報告だ。ラオ州は聖樹のための警護だと言い張り、教会を半ば占拠している。最近では昼夜を問わず十数名の構成員が出入りしているようだ。
それを聖女のためとは随分だな。そもそも教会は不可侵だってのに。警備をつけるにしろ他の組織に断りもせずに勝手に動くのはなしだろ。
その通りだ。
Oliver frowned. Reading the report, he paused a bit before continuing.
ラオ州は ロズベルグ教の受けた信託を盾に自らの行いを正当化しているようだ。現在教会を中心としてアルカ地区にじわじわと勢力を進出させつつある。
はあ、あのネズミどもはどこにだって潜り込むからな。
影に潜み秘密裏に動くのが随分と得意らしい。こちらも必死で調べているが、まだ決定的な尻尾をつかめないでいる。
ヤンには人の弱みを見抜く才能がある。
On that, I will co-sign.
気味の悪い能力だな。
だからこそあのラオシューって組織の頭でいられるんだろうさ。
敵を褒めている場合ではないだろう。老人たちは経験だ。クレタ地区の中でも年配層はとりわけ不安を感じている。信託で選ばれた聖女が所属するラオシューを信じるべきなのではないかと。また若者たちにもラオシューの元へ流れていく動きがあるようだ。
クレタの若い連中がか。
Wait a minute. No. That's Voleno.
ロ
Excuse
ズベル
me.
グ教の後ろ盾があるラオシューはこれから台頭していくのではないか。であれば今のうちにベレーノに移った方が後々得なのではないかと。そんな期待があるようだ。
これじゃあ俺たちビスコンティのメンツも丸つぶれだな。組織の顔に泥を塗られたんだ。このまま黙ってはいられねえ。
Interesting. So that's looking like a Mexican standoff, y'all. Jeez Louise. Oof. Okay. The ladies, trembling in fear, quickly turned around and left. Child, y'all, I'm trembling from this daggone AC on. They called me a holy person. What was going on? I was thoroughly confused by what they said. The Lao Shu were smiling oddly at me.
そりゃ俺たちも世間話くらいするからな。信託の聖女の話がたまに話題に出ることもある。あいつらありがたがってなんやかんやと俺たちにもいろいろくれるんだよ。今日俺たちが飲んでた酒も聖女様を守るラオシューへの差し入れだぜ。これだけ町のやつらに話が広がって嬉しいだろ、聖女さんは。
The Lao Shu were rolling in laughter. I didn't know what to say. Why is this happening?
本当のことだから仕方ない。近頃その話は広まってて。
Wait a second, Orlok. You knew that the prophecy was being spread around town?
はい。広まるのはあまり良くない。でも、さっきも言ったように
You were there too.
仕方ない。
When Lee opened this big yap, you didn't think the rumors were gonna spread with all those people around? I don't get Lily
ロ
right
ズベ
now.
ルグ教が授かった信託の聖女がいる。その話を聞けばみんな喜ぶから。
And everyone believes this prophecy.
信じると思う。異端の人間以外は。
Of course, there were a lot of people who wouldn't believe what was being said, but most would believe it if they heard it came from Bishop Roseberg. Come to think of it, Elena seemed like she wanted to say something to me before. It must have been about this. Excuse me, y'all. At the very least, rumors are being spread about me without my knowledge. I held my head in my hands, thinking about what I had only now found out. What in the world is going to happen to me? Ah! Okay. The following day, I woke up much earlier than usual, deep in thought about all that had happened so far. Bishop Roseberg's prophecy, foretold of one who would end the conflict in Berlone. Me, Liliana Ardonado, at least that was what Orlok said. The Falzoni knew this and marked me as their target. The fuck? Okay. S. Orlok and the Lao Shu took me under their custody for my protection. That's as much as I know at the moment. When will it all end? If the prophecy is true, is it going to continue until the conflict in Berlone ends? When would that happen? When would that even happen? That also means that the church is going to be under the Lao Shu's watch until then. I was starting to feel dizzy at the thought. If I am really the one who will put an end to all the conflict, excuse me, that must mean I'll need to make that happen. I need to do something to help the people here and at the church. After thinking about it for a while, why would I talk to Yang? Why would I talk to Yang? Do you mind? I stopped Orlok after breakfast. Orlok looked at me with interest. Do you mind if we talk before we go to the church? Orlok tilted his head in curiosity as we headed toward my room. You see, I wanted to discuss the Lao Shu. Given my expression, Orlok seemed to already know what I was going to say. I felt relieved, hearing that he also didn't feel comfortable with the situation. It's difficult for our parishioners to go to church now because of them. The children and even the sisters at church are scared of them. Hmm?
芸家の信託があるからラオ州は正しいとか正義はラオ州にあるとか礼拝に来た人に話してるのも聞いた。
What?
あれは彼らなりの信仰心だと思う。
What do you mean?
きっと芸家に協力できて嬉しくて。
Are you being for real? I think they're just spinning this narrative to fit their agenda.
みんなに信託の素晴らしさを教えてあげたくなったんだと思う。だから多めに見た方がいいのかって悩んでたけど、彼らがあなたを悩ませてるならダメだと思う。
Oh my.
許されない。
Oh my. Okay. From the looks of it, my opinion may not sit well with Orlok. I wasn't sure what he was going to say, but I mustered the courage to speak up. Orlok, do you really believe that they have faith?
あると思うけど。だって 芸家の信託を信じてるから動いてくれてるわけだし、あなたのことも彼らなりに尊重してくれてると思うから。
Yeah, I don't think that, but okay. I see. Orlok looked at me with his pure eyes. I finally told him what I truly thought. To be honest, I don't think the Lao Shu believes in the prophecy or the church for that matter. It's likely that they don't believe in God either. Orlok raised his eyebrows in surprise. Ruh-roh.
彼らの態度に問題があるのは俺もよくわかる。けどまさか神を信じてないってことはないんじゃないかな。それに芸家がご神託を聞いたことを信じずにいられるなんて。
Orlok, baby. Orlok, I don't know how to break this to you, baby.
普通ありえない。たとえどんな悪人でも神の教えの素晴らしさには胸を打たれるはず。
No, I have to disagree. There's just some people who are at the point of no return. I shook my head at his unadulterated words of purity. You poor sweet child. That may apply to most people here, but it doesn't apply to the Lao Shu. At least, not from what I've seen or heard. The Lao Shu doesn't appear to believe in a single word or teaching from the church. They're heathens who don't believe in God. Ooh, Lily calling them out. Ooh. Most of the Lao Shu were from elsewhere. I wasn't surprised that they didn't share our faith.
そんな人間現実にいるのかな。
Yes. Orlok must have been raised with the teachings of the church since he was little. If so, hearing something so unheard of must come as a surprise to him. Yang said that he's offering protection to maintain peace here, but it only looks like he's using that as an excuse to gain power. I done told y'all, they don't strike me as the type that, y'all, I peep game. I may not know how to get the right endings from jump, but I do know the motive behind people sometimes. You gotta give me some credit. Oh, you poor baby. I probably broke his heart. Orlok's expression suddenly became serious. He slowly began to speak.
確かにあなたの言葉は正しいと思う。一度芸家に連絡を取る必要があるかもしれない。
Interesting that I understand why Bishop Roseberg couldn't just take them in like from jump, you know. Why did they have to stay with the Lao Shu? Why did even Bishop Roseberg form this alliance with known Mafia? I felt that was pretty sus, but just my opinion.
そもそも信託のことを公表する許可はヤンも俺も得てなかったのに。
See? So why are they speaking so flippantly about it? Yes, and the Lao Shu made it public first. The prophecy was disclosed in the middle of town so that everyone can hear. It was then that they said that they were involved in Bishop Roseberry's prophecy.
陛下に知らせないと。何をやってたんだろう、俺。ラオシュウは信用できないって言われてたのに、いつの間にか乗せられてた。
Orlok did try to stop Lee back when he spoke loudly of the Oracle in public. But that was soon smoothed over by Yang's apology and offer to guard the church grounds. Oh. Enigma. Ooh.
急な訪問だな。せめて事前に連絡してくれ。私にも予定というものがある。
まあまあ、そんな迷惑そうな顔しないでよ。今日は君のために来てあげたんだから。
私のためというと
？Wow. I don't know who the fuck this is. But I will give him this. He is fresh to death and all white with the gold trim.
実は少し不思議な噂を聞いてね。
Did you now? You and like the other 11 million people that was around when Lee was screeching off the top of his lungs. The person in front of me smiled. What's the person's name? Oh. Thank you for answering my question. His name was Emilio. He was a high-ranking priest within the church. But little else was known about him. All I knew was that his clan had been in the church for generations. Wow.
ねえヨゼフ、君ブルローネマフィアと親交があるんだって？
マフィアと？まさか。
まさか。
違うのかい？君から女の子を預かったって言っている組織があるらしいけれど。
Emilio looks like a damn child. Like, I wanted to say this up front, but Emilio looks like a damn child. Pretty much like a Lan and Faye situation. I thought they were older, or but they're really children. He looks like a damn child himself. So,
エミリオ、まさかあなたともあろう人がそんな噂を本気にしたと。
違うならいいんだ。急に邪魔して悪かったね。
He smiled and left the room. He's like, shit.
ラオシュが勝手に動いているようだな。まさか私の名前を出しているとは。
I got news for you, Joseph. They sure the fuck did.
あれからの報告は特にない。しかし、あれではヤンを御しきれなかったか。
Her value would be lost if things weren't controlled. Her value? What is your deal with Lily?
早々に何か手を打たなくては。
This may be worse than I thought. We hadn't fully realized what happened. I felt fear inside me slowly starting to take hold. Ooh. A day passed since Orlok and I spoke of the Lao Shu. We headed out to the church as usual. After a normal day, we headed back to the Lao Shu's base before sunset. Recently, people have been visiting the church to see the holy person from the prophecy. In other words, people were coming to see me. I tried telling them that I wasn't special. But everyone, especially the elderly, simply brushed it off as modesty. The Lao Shu must be adept at spreading rumors, as everyone seems to know now. People were blindly accepting the rumor as fact and believed I really was a saint. I felt uneasy being touted as someone holy when that wasn't the case at all. Their excitement in seeing me felt strange. With all that was going on, Orlok always told me,
俺はとても誇らしい。
Aw, thank you.
もちろん信託のことが知れ渡ってるのは良くないけど、あなたは素晴らしい人だって町の人たちが分かってくれるのは喜ばしいことだから。
He wasn't happy that it spread in the first place, but he didn't seem too concerned now. Orlok must be pure to his very core. Oh, y'all. I kind of hope I don't corrupt him. Phew. Orlok looked at me worriedly, seeing that I gave a deep sigh. Even though we thought differently, we were both troubled by the situation. I wonder if things will get better if he gets in touch with Bishop Roseberg. I suppose I should wait until then, but the guards stationed at the church were getting rowdier by the day.
どうしたんだよ、聖女様。早く行こうぜ。帰りも俺らがしっかり護衛してやっから。
We were walking through Arca. Oh gosh. Suddenly I noticed the stunt. Swear y'all I can read. Suddenly I noticed the sun extending long shadows in front of me. Oh gosh. Huh? Yep. I looked to see where the shadows were from. In front of me was Signor Falzone. Bruh, we know who he is. What the fuck? He's like the poster boy. The Falzone family boss was in front of me along with his men. Why are they here? Whatever the reason, their presence in Arca like this didn't bode well. I suddenly recalled the day when the Falzone attacked the Lao Shu. It was a big yawn fest. Sorry, y'all. That's strange. I don't see Signor Francesca around. Had his wound not healed yet since his encounter with Orlok?
下がって。
Orlok moved in front of me to protect me from the threat. Look, he don't give a fuck. Dante was quietly looking at us. Wait, he's not looking at the both of us. He's looking at Orlok. Oh my god. I finally noticed. Sorry, let me read. Dante was not glaring at us, but rather at Orlok alone.
なんだ？ファルツォーネの頭がわざわざ俺らにご挨拶ってか？
The Lao Shu's words fell on deaf ears. Dante began to speak.
教会の娘を盾にしたラオ州の蛮行。名誉ある男として見過ごせるものじゃない。 お前たちは教会を汚す行いを繰り返し、町の人々を怯えさせている。
Yeah, it's really cold.
何より
Dante's glare sharpened as he... Yeah. Dante's glare sharpened even more as his eyes were locked on Orlok.
ファルツォーネにとって、お前は絶対に始末しなければならない存在だ。
Dante's eyes were cold and filled with rage. I could hear it in his low voice. But please wait, Signor Falzone! Girl, he's beyond reproach at this time. Dante reacted to my voice and turned his eyes toward me. I mustered the strength to speak up against his cold stare. What do you mean by removal? You about to find out, girl. The Falzone family were the ones who struck the Lao Shu first. Orlok was simply guarding the...
そんな些細な問題じゃない。
Huh? Then why are you...
お前に教える義理はない。これは俺たちファルツォーネの問題だ。
But you want me in your possession, so what's tea? What's good? He coldly cut me off. It seemed nothing that I could say would get through. Orlok. Orlok shook his head without a single word. Oh shit, he ready to scrap. He then quietly brandished his dagger and prepared to face Dante.
お前たちではあの男の相手にならない。下がっていろ。
What? One guy and a fucking small platoon of foot soldiers. Y'all can't take him down? Y'all can't take that one dude? Dante gave orders for his men to stay back. Don't fire guns at him. Fucking just use hand-to-hand maneuvers. I don't know.
よくわかんねえが、やる気なんだろ？のこのこ出てきてくれて感謝するぜ。ここであんたを殺せば、俺も大出世だ。うちのカポがお前ら雑魚に殺されるような器だと思っているのか？お前らの相手は俺たちがしてやるよ。覚悟しやがれ。言ってくれんじゃねえか。
Both sides were ready to fight. Orlok looked at me and began speaking in a calm tone.
彼らの狙いは、俺、ファルツォーネがあなたを直接狙うことはないはず。
当然だ。彼女を害する理由はない。目的はお前とラオ州の構成員だけだ。
だから、あなたは離れてて。
I don't want to see them fight. If only the conflict could end without anyone getting hurt, but I was born a citizen of Berlone. That's how I knew it wasn't an option, especially with Dante here in person. Please be careful. Stomach, please stop. Orlok smiled at my concern, even though I was powerless to do much else. I moved away from them as Dante slowly pointed his gun at Orlok. Oh, please, I don't want anyone dying. Oh my god. Rat trap. Ooh.
いきなり攻め込んできやがるなんてどういうことだ？聞いてねえぞ。そんなもん俺だって知らねえよ。とにかく中だ。シスターやガキを人質に取れ。そうすりゃあいつらは動けねえ。誰もいねえぞ。
Ooh, they probably coordinated to take everyone out so that. Okay.
どういうことだよ。おかしいだろ。いつもなら。
It's a pretty smart play.
君たちは袋のネズミだ。
We pushed back the Laoshu's soldiers to the refectory. I called Sister Sophia to have everyone evacuated before the battle. I couldn't allow anyone here to fall hostage to them.
順番に駆除してあげるよ。死にたい順に前に出ておいで。
Leo and the soldiers pointed their weapons at the Laoshu. Ah, rip my homies, member B and member A. The Laoshu bit his lip and tried to draw his gun. Oop, that was a bad idea. Oh, shoot. Oh! I took him down, but the shot sent a jolt through the wound inflicted by Orlok.
これくらいの痛みでためらっている暇はない。
援護します。任せてください。
グラツィエレオ、頼もしいね。
As I gave my thanks to Leo, I pointed my gun at the next target. One by one, they fell. Oof. The smell of blood filled the refectory. Lifeless bodies were strewn across the floor.
これなら僕がいなくても大丈夫か。残る標的はオルロックか。情報屋としてはなかなか使える男だったけど、敵に回るとこんなに厄介だったね。
Why do you have to fight each other?
ダンテならきっと大丈夫だ。いや、そう思いたいけど。
Something didn't feel right.
レオ、ここは君たちに任せる。僕は向こうに加勢してくる。
はい。ご無事で、ニコラさん。
After hearing After hearing Leo's reply, I quickly turned around and sprinted out of the refectory.
嫌だな。僕の予感は昔から悪いものほどよく当たるんだ。
Gunfire resounded throughout Arca. The thunderous sound hailed in the... Ooh, Sasha, what the hell? The thunderous sound hailed the beginning of the battle between Orlok and the Falzone. Orlok and Dante's fight triggered an outbreak amongst the others. Shots and gunfire filled... Oh, shouts! I'm like, what the hell? It's like the same thing. Shouts and gunfire filled the air. The islands... The area had been completely taken over by violence. Amidst the clamor, Dante stayed behind cover and targeted Orlok from a distance. His men were surrounding him so that Orlok couldn't get close. Oh my god, this dude's crazy. But Orlok moved swiftly and easily, dodging the bullets aimed for him. Dante fired his last shot, then quickly reloaded his gun. Normal humans wouldn't be able to dodge incoming bullets like that. He's got that Gary Stu syndrome. But Orlok had proven that he was more than capable of doing so. Please don't get hurt. I wanted to shut my eyes and cover my ears against the violence in front of me. But knowing that my involvement had led to this battle kept me from doing so. I shook with fear and tried my best to keep my eyes open. Ooh! Just the hood, what the hell?
いつまでも逃げ切れると思うな。この程度、一手先を読めば対応できる。
Real talk, it looked like Orlok just stood there and like let the bullet hit his hood.
対応。俺はまだ血を流してもいないけど。
そうか。望み通り次はその脳天をぶち抜いてやろう。
Orlok gauged his distance from Dante amidst the rain of bullets.
お前さえいなければ、俺たちはファルツォーネは。
Dante yelled at Orlok with a burning hatred in his eyes. Yes, yeesh, I can see it. Aww, I don't know what the hell. Orlok? Orlok was looking at Dante with a trace of remorse in his expression. At the very least, he didn't look like someone engaged in the midst of battle. I'm not sure why, but what Dante just said is worrying. Is he implying that Orlok was involved with the Falzone somehow?
今のファルツォーネにウルローネを守る権利はない。
お前か、それを言うか。
Dante's rage swelled the moment he heard Orlok's words. He was so angry that it looked like his aim was becoming shaky.
甘い。
Oh my gosh. Orlok saw an opening and quickly closed the distance, swinging his dagger. Oh no. Dang, he did the same thing to Nicola. Orlok is at a huge advantage now that he's within striking range. Even I could tell that the tides had turned in Orlok's favor. Dante tried to kick him away, but Orlok simply shifted to one side. Orlok lowered his blade down onto Dante, which grazed his skin. It looks like Orlok has the advantage, but I wasn't sure why, but it felt like he was confused right now. What's going on? What? You stopping in the middle of battle? Boy, watch out! Orlok took a deep breath and jumped back to create distance.
Dante, ファルツォーネ。俺はあなたを見過ごせない。彼女を守り抜くためには。
I don't see people dying.
殺すしかない。
Oh, that's Orlok talking, sorry. The air rustled. Orlok positioned his knife. I could tell he was prepared to kill.
ようやく火がついたか。
Damn, my stomach won't shut up.
殺しがいがない。
まだ遅い。
He's gonna kill us! Dante fired his gun, but Orlok was already gone from where he stood. Ooh. He extended his dagger out in front of him, but Dante jumped back before it hit. It felt like this was never going to end, but then Orlok kicked the ground hard. He leaped fearlessly toward Dante, whose gun was pointed at him. The dagger gleamed for a moment. I wasn't able to bear the sight any longer. I shut my eyes tightly. Got him! I didn't need to see to know what happened. The dagger pierced deep into Dante's skin and... Wait, something wasn't right.
どうしてお前が
What? I slowly opened my eyes after hearing blood being choked up. The first thing I saw was Dante holding a silhouette in his arms. His clothes were covered in blood. The smell of bloody rust filled the air. Slowly, I began to comprehend what happened. No! Oh, this stinks so bad! Why did I do that? Why did I do this route? At this time? No!
Francesco.
Orlok's voice shook as he spoke his name.
貴様、よくもニコラを。こいつはいい様だな。アンダーボスの肩なしだ。
Shut up, Laoshu Membersy.
なんだと。
The Falzone family exploded in rage at the Laoshu's jeers.
ダンテ、君は無事。
So all that shit I did is thrown out the window.
So, よかった。
This may sound fucked up, but I wanted it to be Dante for some odd reason. Because I haven't been through his route. What? All the good times with Nicola went out the window. Oh my gosh. His wound is too deep. Berlone had its share of rivalries. Strano in particular was rife with violence. I'd been there many times to help those injured and in need, which is why I knew he's not going to make it. Orlok quickly removed himself from the area and came toward me.
今しかない。行こう。
Orlok extended his arm to me, turning his back to the ensuing gunfire. The concept of taking someone's life struck me hard as seeing Orlok's bloody hand. I froze in position, unable to take the hand he offered out to me. I'm sorry, baby, but you're gonna have to give me a minute. You done killed my first... You done killed my first man. Oh my god! I was thinking Dante was gonna die and Nicola attacks him in a fit of rage. Not Nicola jumping out and being a damn martyr. Orlok looked at me. His eyes betrayed a sense of regret. But he forced himself to grab my hand and set off running. I tried to keep up with him. I tried to keep up to him somewhat hesitantly. I kept turning back, worried about what was happening behind me. Dante was glaring at us, yelling at the top of his lungs, with Nicola in his arms. His anger and sorrow could be heard from where we were. Oh, Dante, I hurt much worse than you. Oh my gosh. God, y'all, that stings so hard. The sun set as we continued running through the back alleys. You better be worth it, Orlok. That hurts so fucking much. In my desperate running, my emotions had calmed to a dull throb.
少し待ってて。様子を見てくる。
Orlok moved Oh my god, why I can't read it. Orlok moved toward the street to see if it was clear. He quickly returned to me.
引き返そう。ベレーヌへの道が塞がれてる。
They have us surrounded?
ダンテは俺たちを待ち受けてたから、事前に準備しておいたんだと思う。万一のことがあっても、絶対に俺たちを逃がさないように。アルカを大きく迂回してラオ州の拠点に戻る。
Seeing the anxiety on my face, Orlok did his best to reassure me.
ここにいても状況は悪くなるだけ。
Yes, I suppose so.
行こう。ベレーノに戻れば、さすがにファルツォーネも手出しできないはず。だから。
We did our best and took to the shadows as we headed back to where we came from. We worked our way through a narrow alley when... Oh shit. Oh my god. Woo! Ah! I screamed hearing bullets strike the wall near me.
あなたがいるのに構わず撃ってくるなんて。
Apparently they don't give a fuck.
あの人たち相当頭に血が上ってる。俺のせいだ。よくない。
Orlok expresses his regret, then reached out to me. Orlok?
ごめんなさい。この方が早い。
As I wondered what he meant, he suddenly picked me up in his arms.
舌を噛まないように口は閉じてて。あなたのことは俺が守るから。
After Orlok mumbled those words, he suddenly sprinted off toward the street. Ah! He told me to keep my mouth closed, but I couldn't keep my voice from escaping me. We're going to leave the alley?
日が暮れたからカジノ前の通りは賑わう。だから人に紛れてこの界隈を通り抜ける。でもこうやってるとどうしても目立つ。だからここは歩いてもらわないとだけど。
I see. I was worried that it was too open out there, but his plan did make sense. I doubt the Falzoni will risk the lives of the people out there. I got myself out of his arms to stand up when... Oh my god! Huh? The Falzoni soldier that came after us began to shoot. What could possibly go wrong? The crowd immediately flew into panic the moment the tourist screamed. Oh, you scary. Orlok carried me again and mumbled words of exasperation. Oh my god. Commotion. Before I could finish, I heard gunshots outside. The chaos grew so loud that I could hear it happening all clearly. Or all happening clearly. Yikes!
落ち着いてくれ。あれは別件だ。ビスコンティを介した取引は安全。
Damn, y'all, my stomach gurgling like a motherfucker. I tried to calm the man down and I tried to calm the man to try and finish our business. Gunfire continued outside. The man went pale and quickly stood up. Now he finna come clap us because we messed up his deal. Lord. The man hurriedly grabbed his suitcase and quickly hurried out the room. Gilbert's probably rolling his one good eye. He's about to get his strap too. I think Kazo means... Does it mean shit or asshole? Oh, fuck. Okay, there you go. You finna shoot everyone that was involved in the gunshot.
困ったことになってしまいましたね、レッドフォード様。
よくも人事みたいに言えたもんだな。お前のとこの警備はどうなってる？あの銃声、一体何があった？この騒ぎは誰の仕業だ？
それが私どもでも対処しきれないイレギュラーが起きてしまいまして。
イレギュラー？
実はファルツォーネファミリーが。
This can't be happening. The street I once knew was now filled with the screaming chaos resembling hell itself. I couldn't breathe well. May they be safe. All I could do was pray as I hear that ridiculous screaming track over and over. But for the people left behind as Orlok sped on. God, why is this all... Unable to handle the fear, I closed my eyes and covered my ears with shaking hands. How much time had passed? I couldn't hear the gunfire or the voices of our pursuers anymore. We somehow made our escape and finally arrived in Voleno. Woof, home sweet home, I suppose. I asked Orlok to let me down, but he wasn't listening to me. He carried me back into my room and slowly lowered me onto the bed. Thank you, Orlok.
俺は役目を果たしただけ。
Thinking about what happened was making me sick. Thinking about what happened was making me sick. It happened right in front of my eyes. I couldn't believe how quickly and easily someone could die.